Tonight, the Celtics might be heading into their most dangerous playoff game yet, without their top defensive guard dog. Jrue Holiday is out again, and the question nobody in Boston wants to ask right now is, what happens if he doesn't come back? This isn't just another absence. It's the kind of news that can shift the entire direction of a series. It brings tension, depending on how you look at it. Because behind the clinical calm of day-to-day, there's a dilemma brewing. One that could become the central storyline of the Celtics postseason. And in this video, we'll show you why this absence goes way beyond a sore hamstring. Do the Celtics need Holiday to win? In theory, no. In practice, it depends on who you ask. The Celtics took Game 4 without Jrue Holiday, and they did it convincingly. But the wounds of Game 3 are still fresh. And what that game revealed is alarming. Holiday's absence unravels the entire defensive system. It's not just about guarding someone. It's about organizing, adjusting, commanding the backline. Without him, the defense becomes a puzzle with no edge pieces. The numbers don't lie. In the 20 regular season games he missed, Boston went 14-6. Sounds solid, but look closer. One of those losses came against this very Orlando Magic team, in a game where most of the starting lineup sat out. And now, with the series tied, the Magic smell blood. Because Holiday isn't just another player, he's the invisible pillar holding up Boston's defensive identity. Can the defense be trusted without him? The most honest answer, maybe, but not for long. In Game 4, the Celtics managed to hold off Paolo Banchero and company. But look closely. Orlando shot poorly, missed free throws, and lost efficiency in crunch time. It was the Magic who stumbled, not Boston who dominated. Sure, the Celtics still have Tatum, Brown, White, and Horford, but Holiday is the one who takes on the opposing team's best ball handler. He's the guy who sees plays before they happen. Without him, who stops the Magic's fast breaks? Who makes the right closeout on a corner three? One slip-up, one slow rotation, and the series flips. That's why, now more than ever, Mazzulla needs everyone to swarm like bees to cover the hole, or Orlando will pick apart every weakness like a predator sniffing out fresh meat. If Holiday doesn't return this series, that's the worst-case scenario, and no one wants to say it out loud. But if Jrue misses more games, the pressure on Jaylen Brown and Derrick White skyrockets. Brown is questionable for Game 5 with a sore knee. White? He'll have to morph into a hybrid of Gary Payton and Steph Curry. Lock down the opponent's best player and still score at volume. That's a lot. It's risky. And that's why the team's silence around Holiday's recovery is so unsettling. A hamstring strain could be minor or a quiet nightmare. Meanwhile, Orlando is growing. Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner are playing with confidence, and they know the paint looks a little more open without Holiday. The margin for error vanishes, and if Boston loses at home, the season's storyline might shift from overwhelming favorite to a collapse foretold. Hook for the next video. If you think losing Holiday is just a small setback, think again. This isn't a video game, it's the playoffs. Every possession is gold. Every absence rewrites the story. And with Brown also in doubt, Celtics fans have to start asking, do we actually have real depth? Or just the illusion of a stacked roster? In the next video, we're breaking down Joe Mazzulla's must-make adjustments for Game 5. Because if he gets it wrong, this could be the beginning of the end. Now tell me, do you think Boston's bench can handle this storm without falling off the cliff? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the debate is just getting started. What's at stake tonight goes way beyond just another playoff game. The Boston Celtics can close out the series against the Orlando Magic tonight, but the atmosphere is filled with tension, doubt, and a thirst for revenge. Because if the Celtics don't finish the job now, the return trip to Orlando could be a nightmare. There's referee controversy, sharp comments flying around, and a physical battle that's ready to erupt at any moment. And in this video, we'll break down why Game 5 might define the entire fate of the Celtics' playoff run. But pay close attention. We've got details you won't hear on ESPN, and behind-the-scenes insights that could change everything. What happens if the Celtics lose tonight? This isn't just Game 5. It's a trap. If Boston lets this one slip away at TD Garden, they head straight back into the fire of Orlando. where they've already lost 3 times this season. That's when the storyline shifts. Jaylen Brown said it clearly, "We don't want to go back there." And here's why. The Magic are playing like a team with nothing to lose, and that makes them dangerous. Paolo Banchero is putting up wild numbers, with 3 30-plus point games already. Franz Wagner, also on fire. Combine that with the pressure cooker atmosphere of Florida's home crowd, and Boston's in trouble. One misstep tonight, and the ghost of exhaustion starts to haunt this roster, especially with a long, brutal path to the title still ahead. But what if I told you the Magic aren't just playing tough? They're also pointing fingers. Are the refs helping the Celtics? That's the question Magic fans, and even head coach Jamal Mosley are shouting. In Game 4, Boston shot 32 free throws, 32, and Orlando just 20. Tatum was perfect from the line. Brown, nearly flawless. The foul gap sparked controversy. Mosley claimed both teams are attacking, but the whistles aren't the same. Coincidence? Or star treatment? Because the Magic are driving to the rim too, but not getting the same rewards. This old NBA debate is back. Do title contenders get favorable whistles? And if so, what does that do to the mindset of a young team like Orlando? But the Celtics didn't respond with words. They responded with their bodies. Did Boston take the hits or hit back? Physicality became the heart of the game. The Magic came into this series with a plan, hit harder, and the 2 games in Orlando were full-blown wars. But in Game 4, Boston answered with the same energy. Jaylen Brown talked about handling the details, rebounds, fighting through screens, that fire in the eyes. And it worked. With the score tied at 91, the Celtics went on a 10-1 run that broke the Magic down. It was mental toughness, yes, but also brute force. Because if the narrative was that Boston was too finesse, they've now shown they can play dirty too. And that balance might be the key to a championship. But not everything is settled, because one Magic player looks ready to explode. Is Banchero about to force a Game 6? Paolo Banchero hasn't had a bad game in this series, and that's terrifying. He's already proven he can carry the team and flip the momentum of a game, and with his back against the wall, he's likely to hit Boston like a hurricane. And the Celtics know it. Their entire defensive scheme will revolve around stopping him. But what if he has one of those nights where everything drops? If that happens, the playoff drama turns to horror. A Magic win in Boston would summon 2 ghosts. The ghost of a historic comeback, and the ghost of internal doubt. And at that point, no matter how focused the Celtics claim to be, the psychological pressure kicks in. The game that could reshape the Eastern Conference playoffs. Tonight isn't just Game 5. It's the turning point of the Boston Celtics' entire campaign. A win means rest, confidence, and dominance. A loss means travel, pressure, and a potential disaster. The Magic are fighting for survival, the Celtics for legacy. And you, the fan, what do you think? Will Boston close this series with authority, or open the door to bad luck? Drop your prediction in the comments, and get ready, because in the next video, we're diving into a possible Eastern semi-final matchup. Will it be revenge against Miami, or a fresh feud with Philly? Hit subscribe, turn on the notifications, and we'll see you in the next green and white battle.